So I didn't even really count how many videos I did today. It's 11:41 p.m. still on Monday, February 6, 2023. So ever since I got here, my lips are so dry. Actually, ever since I left Pensacola, my lips are extremely dry. When I was in Pensacola, my lips were they were soft and normal, no dry skin. So this is the last video for the night, and I'm not leaving out of here anymore tonight. So I'm sitting here, ow, they're hitting me on both sides of my chest, below my breast, on both sides with the energy weapons. I can feel it. So I have the heater on, and this is the last video for the night, and I apologize. I put in the community section about so many videos because I had a lot of activity going on. I mean, even though I'm in a hotel, or is this a motel? Even though I'm in a hotel, I had to go out today. So it seems like the gang stalking is way worse here in Cincinnati than when I was in Pensacola, and I just got here. So earlier today it wasn't as bad as later on this evening. So I went to, as I said, I went to try to apply for a few jobs, and one of them called me back, and he said he was going to try to figure out a way to help me and stuff. So I need to pray about, what I'm going through. So now, after getting the things that I need to get, it's only the 6th of the month, and now I have $76 and something in the bank, and probably, I don't know if I have about $10 in coins, and probably about almost $10 in paper money, in cash. So I had a rough, crazy night tonight, and I don't plan. This specific location of Super 8. I'm not saying all Super 8s, but this specific location, I don't want to come back here no more. And the one on Mobile Highway in Pensacola, I don't want to go back to that location anymore. Excuse me. So that's why I went back and dug up the videos from December 17th and 18th of this past year, and because that was related to what's going on here. I was trying to not get wrongfully banned or kicked out and this and that, whatever, but so I was just trying to show y'all the shadiness of how they act. How they do at the so you wouldn't have, if I wouldn't have, publicized the videos from December 17th today, then y'all would have seen less videos on your timeline. So I apologize about that. But then I had a lot of crazy stuff going tonight. So they had that white car, was blasting loud music, and sitting in the parking lot for a long time. I left and came back. They still sitting in the parking lot. I go do my laundry, and I timed everything that if the clothes, if the machine said 30 minutes, that it was going to take my clothes 30 minutes to dry. So I timed myself. I figure, well, okay, well, in 40 minutes, I'll come back. Because sometimes if the machine says 30 minutes and then I go upstairs and then come back in exactly 30 minutes, then sometimes my clothes might have 4 or 5 minutes left. So that's why I gave myself a little cushion. So I timed myself that I would wash my clothes and then come back down in 40 minutes. Before I knew it, that lady had, I didn't know that was her. So I mistakenly thought that it was the black guy that confronted me, and then went to try to snitch and tattle on me. I mistakenly thought it was him. Him and his girlfriend, or I thought it was them at first. So my apologies if that wasn't y'all. But y'all were still gang stalking in the hotel parking lot, watching me like all this time. Like, you sitting, it's freaking cold outside, and y'all sitting in the car blasting y'all music. Maybe y'all used to that. So it made me think that they were guilty or suspicious, because the moment I come downstairs, they're sitting there. They waited for me to come downstairs, then drove away from their room. And so they're suspicious of being gang stalkers, even if they were innocent and did not go and mess with my clothes. But they did other gang stalking activity. Watching me, sitting in the car, blasting music, and then, sat there for, seemed like they were in the car for hours blasting music. And then, you know how perps strategically wait for me to, walk out of a building, like walk out of my hotel room, and then, go downstairs. And the instant I go downstairs, they're waiting for me, and then they pull off and go drive off somewhere. So they were guilty of that, waiting for me to come down, wait till I come down the stairs to drive off, even though that they're perping in here, because they got a lot of perps in this hotel complex. Even across on the next building in this complex, the next building right by where the front office is, they had somebody yesterday perping with the red hoodie. And so they would have perps that when I pass by their door, they open up when I pass by the door, by their hotel room door, not on purpose, but, I'm just going where I'm going. And when I pass by their door, they open up their door and stand outside, or they got to smoke a freaking cigarette or do whatever. So, and the fact that if the guy was innocent, he wouldn't have gone out of his way and hunted and looked for me and followed me and found me just to come and confront me, and then trying to ask me if I'm okay and trying to make me out to look crazy, trying to set me up to get locked up in a mental institution, and also trying to get me wrongfully banned from here, or try to get me arrested or jailed or something. Because somebody's a perp when they want to try to ask you, oh, are you okay? Or trying to insinuate that you're crazy because you're filming their asses. If they're trying to insinuate that you're crazy because you're filming them. So I put the camera on him, and he had all the narcissistic mannerisms. He wasn't innocent of perping me, but my mistake, if it wasn't him, the fact that I found out later that it was not him that messed with my clothes. Him and his white girlfriend or whatever. So, but he was still doing the perp activity with watching me all night and waiting for me to come down the stairs and then drive off. When he strategically waited for me to come downstairs to drive off. So that's perp shit right there. So he was guilty of being a perp, but not with the clothes. So I'm trying to clarify. So when I told the manager about I didn't say it was him, but I said somebody messed with my clothes, and and he said, well, you need to stay down, you need to stay downstairs with your clothes and this and that, whatever. But the lady who took my clothes out of the dryer prematurely, and then I didn't even really wait around, or I came down when right at about the time that I tried to guess that my clothes were done. And so then I went downstairs, and I was pissed, so mad, because I had to be forced to waste my time, energy, money, and everything else. And it's fucking cold outside. And that evil bitch, she knew what the fuck she was doing. Y'all saw she was perping with the red fucking shirt. So, I was really freaking mad. So, I don't want to come back to this hotel, this specific one, anymore. Never again. And so, I was very upset about, like, all day long, and even yesterday, the Indian workers, I guess the managers, they were all rude and mean or whatever. But the man who defended me, I think that was the same man, because he was here, I'm going to say literally all day. From breakfast time and all till now. I mean, he was here all day long. So I'm like, wow, he didn't work 8 hours. It seemed like he worked way longer. Like, he was here literally all day long. Like, all day long. The whole day he was here. So I think that was him, that when I tried to ask him about the laundry room, I think that was him that got an attitude with me over the phone. But earlier today, he said absolutely nothing to me. Nothing at all. Like this morning. Like as if he thought he was too good to speak to me or say anything, And then when I went to try to get the quarters and detergent for laundry, trying to prepare, there was a female that looked like she could have been like a little bit older than me, and she I'm glad she gave me back the exact and correct change, and I'm glad that I was able to get the powder and all that for the laundry. So she was very rude and nasty and getting an attitude with me and stuff, and she tried to make it like as if I have to pack up and leave today or pay more money, and I'm like, no, I already paid. So then when they were trying to tell me you have to call Hopper, I said Hopper does not have a phone number. I had to use the chat, and it had been over 24 hours and they had not contacted me when they lied and said that they were supposed to guarantee to contact me within 24 hours. So it has been almost 2 days now and I still never heard anything. But so later on they said that my situation is taken care of. But I mean, these people, like just like the other hotel, they try to be slick and double charge. That's what they were trying to do. Even if you did book direct through Wyndham, they were still trying to lie and say that you never paid, so that they can try to be greedy, money hungry, and try to charge you double. And they don't give a fuck about you being cold or homeless out on the street or nothing. They just greedy for doggone money. And as I said this morning, that's the man that he put out nasty ass ding dongs and Twinkies. Like, those are snacks. That's not fucking breakfast food. So all I did was drink orange juice and had the rest of my, I have like the last like liquid spoonful or little drop of coconut oil tomorrow morning. And then I have to get some more because I need to start taking coconut oil more, and I'm having difficulty with trying to stop eating sweets, sugar and sweets and stuff. So, and then dealing with depression and trying to cope with the homelessness and targeting and stuff. And I've been self-medicating with like ice cream or something like that, But there was a point in time I was eating ice cream almost every day, but not as much anymore. I don't get to eat ice cream as much, anymore. But it's like, being so depressed, dealing with bullying and abuse and the online gang stalkers, the fake TI perps and all that, So that guy seemed like as if he tried to discipline and handle me like, and trying to think he can punish me like a child. But then he went to go and snitch and tattle. Like, I mean, he tried to act like he was an adult over me, and then try to tattle on me like I'm a child. But at first the manager acted like he didn't care and said, "Well, you should have stayed down there with your clothes or whatever." But the lady, she took my stuff out of the washer and then put it. She must have been waiting around, and then immediately after my clothes stopped, that's when she probably put them on top the dirty dryer. And so I'm like, let me find out who this is. I was like really mad, So then I think if the manager wasn't there, I think she would have acted differently towards me. So I'm glad, even though at first the manager acted like he didn't care, but then later on, I'm glad he went off on her and defended me, and then made her pay me back. So I mean, I'm thankful about that, So he went off. I mean, he actually was yelling louder and went off. Like he ran up in there and started yelling at her. But I mean, I was trying to wash and dry my jacket and everything from being, the dirty Greyhound bus. And so yesterday I was trying to get me some rest. Like all day yesterday, I was trying to rest and recuperate from that doggone, traveling. And so today I did some productive stuff. I went to buy a few things from Family Dollar and that green supplement stuff from CVS, and I went to apply for a few jobs, and one of them, as I said, one of them called me back, and so I mean, then well, at first I went to eat lunch, and then later on what did I do after lunch? Yeah, I came back here. No, after lunch I went to go apply for jobs. Then I went to go and do a little bit of shopping to get, I needed more bladder pads, and plus I'm menstruating and stuff, so I needed to get more of those. I needed to get me some rubbing alcohol. I need to get some what else did I need to get? Trash bags. I was just about out of trash bags, and yeah, so like from riding the filthy, dirty ass Greyhound buses, I really needed to I really needed to get my clothes clean. See, I hear loud music outside distracting me. They trying to manipulate me to have to come back outside though. So so I mean, then because this morning I started off like after breakfast. I think I may have woke up at 8 o'clock or 8:30 or maybe 8:15, and then I went down to breakfast and was disappointed with the Twinkies and Ding Dongs. I don't eat either of those. So then I just had some apple juice and then came back upstairs and I had 4 liquid tablespoons of I don't know, I think those were teaspoons of coconut oil. And then that was my breakfast. And then I made a few phone calls and I tried to call 211 and nobody came to the phone. So I called up this place that's supposed to be similar to Pensacola's Opening Doors. I forgot the name of it. And the lady said that for subsidized housing that they got 3-year waiting list for subsidized supportive housing. And then they had a different number, so I didn't know that it was the same place. So she got an attitude with me for calling back by accident. I'm like, well, they had more than one number. I didn't know both of them were the same place. So she said it was a women's shelter that next door. So I called a women's shelter that's next door. And the lady couldn't give me a straight answer on whether or not they had space available. All she just kept saying is first comes, first serve, and that you can come in 24 hours. But but do you have any space now? She wouldn't even tell me. She just said, oh, first, and her response just kept on saying first come, first serve. And she didn't even want to try to, and it was a black lady too. She didn't even want to tell me whether or not they have space available or openings available. And what if I do go there tomorrow and, she didn't even specify a time a specific time where you need to check in. She just said 24 hour, anytime. So I'm afraid that if I go there and they say, oh, well, you don't have no beds available or no space available, and then I have to suffer out in the cold. And I don't even have with me, I don't have a sleeping bag. And I don't know how they are if I had to be downtown. And it'd be like 30 something, be like 28 and 30 degrees downtown. I mean, here in Cincinnati. I'm sorry, I never been to downtown yet. That's my sleep deprivation, but so yeah, I mean, I'm looking right now. It's now 12:05 a.m. in the morning on Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. So, I'm very pissed and angry because, yeah, so I mean, I'm really terrified. That's the only shelter that I know that's for single women. It might be just one shelter for single women, and I don't know if they're full or not. So I'm terrified and scared of having to be on the streets. And so, after I think I was trying to tell y'all that after I handled my business and went shopping, to buy hygiene stuff and necessities and go job hunting, then I came back tired and exhausted, and I came and rested for a couple of hours. Every time I tried to close my eyes, the smoke alarm beeped 3 times, and then it would stop after I woke up. And then the moment I tried to doze again, it would beep 3 more times. So I figured that they were remotely tampering with the smoke alarms, or probably hitting it with direct energy weapons, or they might have fucking secret security cameras up in here. I mean, secret cameras up in here. I don't know. So each time I try to go to sleep, the stupid fucking smoke alarm would go off. I'm like, these bastards, they won't let me sleep. They want to force me in the cold. They won't let me be warm. And so I felt like, well, it had been 30 minutes after the lady put her stuff in the dryer, and then her daughter came, and after 30 minutes, the daughter said that the clothes were still pretty much soaking wet. So I felt like I didn't want to be up all night and standing around in the cold doing laundry. You know, I needed to come back here and get my damn rest and sleep and try to cherish however much rest I can sleep I can get, because there's no guarantee that I can there's no guarantee for me to you know, get help with another hotel room night, and there's no guarantee for me to be in that doggone shelter. So I'm scheduled to check out of here by 11 o'clock in the morning, you know, as usual, how they do with hotels. And and I'm gonna leave this place and never look back. This specific location right here, this specific hotel right here, I'm gonna leave this spot and never ever check back in here again for as long as I live. So but I like this. I kind of like this area though. But so I mean, I kind of like this area a little bit, but I feel like, you know, I guess one thing I hate about Cincinnati is filled with a lot of freaking trash and debris all over the place. It's pathetic. It's like no better than Los Angeles, with just trash and everything all on the ground. But I probably wouldn't hate this place so much. I probably would think, well, oh, Cincinnati's not that bad. I just hate the doggone cold. I mainly hate the doggone cold. So I wasn't gonna stand around all night. So I planned to originally wash all the other clothes and then take a shower and put back on the other clothes, and then wash what I have on. But now I can't even I'm too tired to even wash these clothes and then spend more money to wash these freaking clothes. And then you know, they might mess with my clothes again. So I'm I put a couple of bags down and put my clothes next to the heater, hoping that my clothes will be dry by tomorrow morning. And then, of all things, my big freaking coat. I hope the big coat will be dry by tomorrow. Dang, they won't allow me to have clean, dry clothes or nothing. See, this is what I'm wearing. My sweatpants and all. Excuse me. So, but I don't know. The job opportunity thing sounds hopeful, but I'm really scared about the homeless situation. And so I'm really upset right now. But I mean, I'm sitting here with less than $100. But if I was in Pensacola and if they didn't have inclement weather and I had to be on the streets, I probably would have had at least $650 by now after paying storage and phone bill. I probably would have had $600 or $700 left if I had to be on the streets and wasn't in a hotel room or anything. But I had to spend almost exactly $250 to travel up here. And then I had my storage and phone bill that I had to pay. And then me trying to eat and trying to survive and everything. Then paying for essentially 3 nights in the hotel. So I'm surprised I have anything left over, but the online perps, they think they got the authority to try to calculate and dissect and be like, well, oh, she should have spent her money with this way. Or it ain't your business. What I have your accounts blocked, but you think you got authority to police my life. So I thought about hand washing the clothes I have on, but I'm too tired to even do that. So I'm going to be mad if my clothes are still, if they're not dry the clothes that I'm trying to let the heater dry it, I'm going to be so pissed if I find out my clothes are still wet. Because I can't afford to walk around wet clothes and wet, dirty clothes, and it's freaking cold. And it's winter. So yeah, so I mean, I still have the leftover tamales and some of the cake. I didn't even like the cake. It was some kind of chocolate cake that I didn't really like, but the tamales weren't nasty really, but they were so spicy that it's unbearable. So I couldn't eat all my food for dinner, and I had the rice and beans, and the beans had a tiny bit of shredded cheese, but the beans and rice was really good. And I had some what they call aguas frescas, of Spanish, and Mexican. And the people there, I'm surprised they were nice too. So but the tamales were so spicy I couldn't eat them all. But I don't know. I was craving. I had fish and fries for lunch. I felt bad because I'm like, wow, all this fried food that I've been eating, like burger and fries on a Greyhound. I mean, with the Greyhound trip Saturday night. I can't remember what I had Friday. Like earlier Saturday, I had like some beef jerky and stage plant cookies. And I was still very hungry. And then, later on, the bus driver almost wasn't going to let us take another break or eat dinner. And so I had a burger and fries and some lemonade, and almost all the lemonade had spilled. And I freaked out and got really mad that the lemonade spilled. So I had to push myself or force myself to try to eat the rest of the tamales so that they won't go to waste. I mean, the meat and the carnitas, the meat and the tamales is very It's unbearably spicy, spicy, spicy. I didn't even know it was gonna be spicy. But I mean, and tomorrow's Taco Tuesday. But once I leave out of here, I don't think I can go back over there tomorrow because I have to go and there's this other job opportunity. Um, the man said that it was $10 an hour, and he said it's $10 an hour, and he said you can get paid daily and work whenever you want, something like that. But I don't know if he'll have any positions open. And he said it's easy, but it's just a lot of standing on your feet for 8 hours. So I need to detox my body, and because I would have pain and inflammation in my feet and stuff, and that's what caused my feet to hurt. So I don't know how I can quickly alkalize my body, and so that the pain in my feet will go away. But I mean, it's not a guarantee for me to get that opportunity, though. It's not guaranteed. But they have other higher paying opportunities. So possibilities, but I'm saying nothing is for sure, nothing is guaranteed, and especially being targeted, nothing's really promised. Nothing positive or good is really promised. But the bad stuff, oh yeah, all the negative stuff, all the bad stuff, yes, it's promised. So I need to not set myself up for disappointment, but I'm trying to do like the Bible say, have the faith of a grain of a mustard seed or something like that. Yeah. Trying to be optimistic and hopeful. So, yeah, I mean, and then if that position is open, I'm hoping that the perp wouldn't steal that opportunity from me, So, and anything good the perps hijacked from me, like that cottage I was supposed to get. If I would have got that cottage, it would have been less places for me to be banned from, wrongfully banned from. And I probably could have still been living in Pensacola by now. But the perps who weren't homeless and they had a fucking Jaguar car, and they looked dead in the face like zombies, and they had a deceitful looking smile on their face, and I think they manipulated the landlord to not want to rent to me, and so that place was $475 a month, and that landlord was gonna rent it to me too, until the perps stopped them. This was right before the what started 3 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. So, now I'm starting to feel light or mild heartburn. I shouldn't have had those tamales. I probably should have had like a burrito or a taco or something. Or tacos or a burrito or something. But maybe because I didn't eat all my food, I'm feeling hungry and tempted to go downstairs to the snack machine and get me some chips. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry though, but I'm just not gonna go down there. So they have certain places that's far, and I'm just got here, so I gotta learn my way around. I need to try to figure out quickly how do I get a mailing address. If I try to see about how to get a mailing address, and then try to, I don't know. I hate using homeless shelters and day centers for a mailing address because, you know, Waterfront Mission, what they do. In Los Angeles, the Downtown Women's Center, if I try to go ask for mail, they would yell at me and be rude and run me off. That African lady, her name was Hedwig or something like that. I remember her yelling at me when I try to ask for my mail. This was back in 2011. So I feel terrified and frightened, and I don't know if they have any room for that shelter. I don't know if they have any room, and if they do, I mean, I heard that the homeless shelters, that they act like a prison, or they act militarized, or act like a prison or a concentration camp, and they take all your money, and that they say that the staff is very rude and condescending and abusive towards the homeless people. But you know, I'm terrified of being on the streets, tortured in the cold, and with no sleeping bag, and I don't know if they criminalize homelessness, if they criminalize street homelessness here in Cincinnati. So I don't know what to expect. I'm really scared. And you know, so I guess I'm gonna go for now. I apologize for so many videos. Well, I'm gonna say yesterday because it's a new day now. Now it's Tuesday the 7th. So what time is it now? 12:23 a.m. and it looks like my phone says it's 40 degrees and it's gonna get down colder. I think they said it's supposed to get down to 31 degrees or something, or probably colder than that. So I'm not prepared. It looks like my lip is bleeding from being dry. So excuse me. So I need to go and start all over again. So I need to get a way to get mail first. Get it like a mailing address first. And then after that, then I can try to get my Social Security switched over and try to get my Medicare, get a Medicare card, Medicaid card. I don't know what the hell will happen with food stamps. If I could try to apply for food stamps here. And I don't even know if they'll give it to me. So oh, I'm so sorry. That came without warning, without preparation. Excuse me. So I mean, I didn't realize that my Tourette's tics are acting up really bad, with my eye blinking and stuff. So I have to check out of the hotel tomorrow at 11, and I'm terrified, really scared, don't know what to expect, and it'll be something if that man put me to work tomorrow. If he put me to work tomorrow, I don't know. But I'm disappointed about my laundry and my clothes because I really want to get this washed too. I wanted to get these washed. So I just hope the other clothes, I hope that they dry. And I feel dirty, icky, and uncomfortable with these clothes on. You know, so before I leave out of here, I'm gonna try to make sure I have a fresh shower and brush teeth. And I don't know. I'm just tired. And last night, my original plan was, few hours ago, my original plan was after dinner to go do laundry at 8:30, hopefully be done by 10:30 or 11, and in the meantime work on another short story or two to write and listen to my Bible scriptures. But after all the craziness tonight, and also praying too, after all the craziness that just happened, that just distracted me from and halted me from what my original plans were for the night. So I need to go to bed, and I have the information in the description box of almost all my videos, including this one. If y'all can donate to help me out with food or maybe even more hotel room or some transportation, and just trying to get settled and stuff. I don't know. I'm just really panicky and scared. This is so messed up that the perps are doing this to us. And so thanks for listening to me, and I'll see y'all in a few hours.